History is truly at a turning point.
It's the beginning of a global mobilization effort to rally all forces behind this great reset initiative.
Energy systems, food systems, and supply chains will be deeply affected. We will destroy, unfortunately, a lot of employment. The future is already here. It's coming like a tsunami. Just think of sensors planted into our brains. The opportunities are immense, and we have to prepare ourselves already now.
The most important thing to know about the future is that humans will soon be hackable animals.
Elites may gain the power to re-engineer the future of life itself. Science is replacing evolution by natural selection with evolution by intelligent design. Not the intelligent design of some god above the clouds, but our intelligent design.
This is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Job chapter 20, verse 22. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, so Brother Haran coming back at you with another lesson. Lord willing to be edifying and uplifting onto the elect. All right, and today is December 12th, 2022, the year where Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai turns up. All right, and I just wanted to go into this lesson, all right, because I've seen a couple of videos that brothers have done, all right, regarding this the next phase, all right, of what these demons are planning to do. All right, when I say demons, I'm talking about the people that we see on platforms like the World Economic Forum. All right. And there's a video circulating, which if I'm able to find, I'm going to put it in post-production. All right. But there's a video circulating of Klaus Schwab. All right. Basically talking about how he has created or has come up with a cabinet, all right, of people who are trained, all right, with a certain type of ideology. And they are infiltrated, all right, into the government positions throughout these other nations and throughout the world in order to push ahead this agenda of bringing everyone underneath this beast system known as a New World Order. Okay, now this plan is something that has been in motion for hundreds of years. Okay, thousands of years, really, going all the way back to the Tower of Babel. The concept of having a so-called New World Order has always been a thing, okay, which is what the spirit of rebellion against the Heavenly Father, okay, and all these this concept of this so-called New World Order has always been different rulerships, all right, in different nations trying to have this spirit of immortality, you know, having to have dominion over the earth forever, because that's what it's always been. Okay, going back to the blessing, dominion, everlasting dominion over the entire earth and the people on the earth, all right, is what this is all about. Okay, so these devils want to create this so-called New World Order, all right, and by doing so, they'll have the whole entire population at least depopulated, all right, and whatever's left, you know, they'll be doing nothing but working, all right, by tagging them with a micro you know what, C-hip, okay, and making them the cattle that they really are. All right, they'll be doing nothing but working. That's it. There'll be no more singing, playing. You know, that's why they're destroying people neurologically with these poisons. Okay, people have lost all touch of any type of, you know, spirituality, morality. You know, you see what's going on with the youth There's no hope, man. All right, because the people that they look up to, these so-called celebrities, they're all sold out. Okay, they're all part of the plan. All right, they were all part of the plan. They all had to drink of that cup. Okay, that golden cup. All right, you know what you did. All right, you drank of that cup, and that's how you got all the riches that you have. All right, but you're gonna have to answer for that because you've done quite a lot, okay, in destroying our people. But hey, ultimately, that was your lot. That's your role to play, okay. And destruction will come right after that. But you have to fulfill your lot, just like Esau has to fulfill his lot. Okay, everybody comes back through reincarnation. Okay, so all the people who were back there 2,000 years ago with Yahushua, both on the righteous side and the wicked side, they're all back here again. That's why you see the prophets, you see the apostles, you see the brothers, you see the disciples. We're all back here. Okay, we're all back here again. All right, pertaining to the book of Daniel. Let me see if I can get that real quick. All right. Let's see. So even Esau, man, Esau, all right, he got certain people that come back in their lot. Okay. There's a book of Daniel chapter 12, verse 13. It says, "But go thou thy way till the end be." And where we at? We at the end right now. Okay. For thou shalt rest, meaning what? Die. All right. You're going to go into a spirit world. That's why they say what? Rest in peace. Okay. So your spirit departs from what? Your body. So for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of the days. So is Daniel back here again in these last days? Yes, according to prophecy, to fulfill this prophecy. Do we know who Daniel is right now? No. Okay. That is part of the mysteries. But we know that the spirit of Daniel is back here in his lot prophesying. All right. Just like how all the other brothers are doing. Okay. And scriptures tell you that Daniel is highly favored in the eyes of the Lord. Okay, and scriptures tell us that we are brethren, so that means that we are also highly favored in the eyes of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Why? Because we do the works of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, and so does Esau on the left hand side. Okay, look at what's going on. All right, scriptures tell you that there is no new thing under the sun. All right, let's get that, because going into reincarnation, all right, everything comes back. All of the spirits come back. Animal spirits come back. Okay, people. All right, let's get this. Let's see, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1. All right, and verse 9, it says, "The thing that hath been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun." Okay, so this so-called global reset or whatever, all right, that these people have planned, that they pushing forward, all right, with the main guy being, Klaus Schwab. Okay, there's no new thing under the sun is the same spirit, all right, that was in Adam Weishaupt to push this so-called Illuminati New World Order agenda back in 1776. Okay, now I'm not saying, okay, that Klaus Schwab is Adam Weishaupt coming back, but it's a possibility. Okay, just like how Gil Bates, all right, could be the reincarnation of Joseph Malthus. Okay, why? Because everyone comes back in their lot. So if you were, pushing for a certain thing 2,000 years ago, you're going to be doing the same thing now. Okay, so either way, people come back, spirits come back to fulfill their lot. Okay, so Daniel and the prophets come back to be prophets, just like they've always been, like we've always been. And Esau comes back trying to what? Destroy, just like he's always been, looking to kill in different ways. Okay, so let's read. Going into what? There's no new thing under the sun, right? We're going to highlight, okay, Esau, Edom all throughout. Okay, because he always has this one agenda, which is rebellion against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, it says when Weishaupt organized the Illuminati 1776 to 1784 to put his revised and modernized version of the Luciferian protocols into effect, he and his associates are recorded as discussing whether they should use Christianity Judaism, Freemasonry, or atheism as a cloak under which to hide their secret plans and activities. Why do they have to hide it if it's something that is so good? If it's something that should be accepted by any population of people that have some type of morals to them, why would any of these plans be accepted? They know, all right, Esau knows that he's a vile creature. He's an abomination and he's hated by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Okay? He's a vagabond. Okay, so what does he do? He cloaks himself, he masks himself, all right, and deceives people so he can be accepted. Okay? And ultimately, when you accept him, what does he do? He turns around and destroys you. Look what he did to the so-called natives. All right? Look what he does to these athletes and so-called celebrities. After he's done using you, what happens? They smear you in the media, destroy your whole life, and so on and so forth. Okay? So that's just the nature. That's why the scriptures tell you never trust thine enemy. All right? It says, so going back to the point that what they thought about what would be the best way, all right, to disguise our plans, to make it seem like it's something that is actually good for society so they can accept it, right? It says this was much the same decision the Khazar leaders had to make when they set out to conquer Europe 300 AD. Those who directed the Khazar invasion into southeastern Europe decided to force Talmudism on those they led and conquered, in preference to Mohammedanism or Christianity. They therefore used anti-Mohammedanism or Mohammedanism and anti-Christianity as emotions to serve their evil purpose. Okay, so regardless of what religion you practice, all right, these people have infiltrated it. All right, that is why you don't have the truth. Okay, that is why what we teach is very deadly, very dangerous, because it's waking people up to what's actually going on. Okay, something that you've never gotten in the churches. Now all of a sudden the churches are starting to go into words, going into the Greek. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. These pastors are now teaching things. Why? Because they're being challenged. Jake is waking up and they're losing so-called members of the church, because Jake is like, yo, I could stay home and not worry about doing all this extra shit. I could be really learning the truth on YouTube. You know, you got church members fighting about tithes, all right, with their pastor and so on and so forth, all right, because Jake is waking up that this whole thing is a scam. You're not learning shit when you go to the churches, all right, besides what a beautiful path to destruction, all right, the path to destruction, christened with Jesus Christ and God. All right, that's all you get when you go into these Christian churches, man. All right, and you get a little bit of Adam Weishaupt's ideologies too. Okay, because sodomy, okay, is accepted by these modern day churches. They actually do marriage ceremonies for sodomites in these churches. That's part of the plan. Okay, it says Weishaupt and his Illuminati decided to benefit by the lessons history had taught in this regard. They decided to use all four of their religions to cloak their evil purposes and further their own secret plans and diabolical ambitions. Okay, and those diabolical ambitions are the same diabolical ambitions that you're starting to that you're seeing the World Economic Forum lay out to the world. Okay, it's the same spirits coming back. This time is to finish the job. Okay, that's their mindset, at least. Okay, that's their mindset. It says here, let me see, let me just jump a few. All right, it says Weishaupt was quite implicit in his instructions that Masonic lodges are only to be used as places in which the Illuminati could organize a secret society within a secret society. Okay, he made it perfectly clear that the purpose of infiltration, the same words that Klaus Schwab has been heard numerous times using, all right, we infiltrated the cabinets of these world governments. You know, he says stuff like that. Okay, so infiltration. What does it mean to infiltrate? Let's look it up real quick. All right, when you infiltrate something, let's see what it says. Infiltrate. It says here. It says in the military sense of what? Penetrate enemy lines. Okay. To infiltrate meaning to go, all right, with force, all right, into another person's yard, if you will. Okay, there's space. All right. It says stealthy penetration of enemy lines, a passing into. Okay, action or process of infiltrating. All right. Let's see. There any more left here? No. Okay, that's it. All right. So we got the point. Okay, to infiltrate means to what? To enter into enemy lines. All right. Whether it's stealthily done or forcefully, all right, covertly or overtly, it's still an infiltration. All right. You have things that are done behind the scenes. All right, which is what these people have done, and now it's happening. You know, being that they are being exposed, they have no choice but to go along with it and show the world, okay, this is really what we're doing. Now, what you gonna do about it? That's really what they're saying. Okay. And they're guilt tripping people and bullying people and coercing people into accepting this NWO agenda. Okay. So it's gonna be hell very soon, man. All right, because they think they're very close to their goal. All right. It says he made it perfectly clear that the purpose of infiltration was to place illuminists in position so they could contact men of high social standing and proven ability in business, the arts, professions, and politics, etc. Same thing that this guy Klaus Schwab talks about. Okay, we the stakeholders. They said the future is created by them. You know, they own the future. You know, they whatever is happening, that's going to be the catalyst for what's to come. They're saying that yes, they are the ones creating it. They're behind it because they're driving to a certain specific goal, and they'll push a certain narrative to get to that goal. And anyone who is not on board with that narrative, you'll be demonized, you'll be ridiculed, you'll be condemned, and ultimately you'll be faced with a penalty of death. Some or a lot will be imprisoned. Okay, and this is part of Jacob's trouble that we've been talking about. Okay, many different prophets saw the things that we're telling you now, but those things that they saw was written thousands of years ago. All right, as to what they saw in the future. They wrote these things down, and now we're here to tell you, okay, those same men who saw those visions, who wrote those visions down, are back here again to break down what they saw thousands of years ago. Okay? And these things are being brought out at this point. Specific things are being brought out, all right, at this point, because those things are about to happen. That's what it means to prophesy, to say before. Okay? So now you know that all these people who are adroit in business, you know, arts, professions, and politics are all bought into that plan. That is why you're seeing what you're seeing now around the world. It seems like everyone is on board with this one specific narrative. All these countries are coming together, working with the World Economic Forum. Okay? And they're all on board. The WHO, all right, the World Economic Forum, okay, here in the US, you got the CDC. They're all part of this crazy conspiracy, which is it is. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Okay, it's a plan, and we're reading about that plan right now. Okay, it's a plan that's been in the works for hundreds of years. 1776 is when this thing really got kicked into motion. Okay. That plan for that global takeover. And now we're seeing it happen. And at this final stages, they want to finish it through technology. They want to make a technological leap into eternal life, otherwise known as meta. All right, the meta world, the metaverse. Okay, it says the Illuminati then use, and the Illuminati simply means enlightened ones. Okay, it says they're just enlightened in wickedness. That's all it is. All right. It says the Illuminati then use their power and influence to place their agenter, meaning agents, all right, in key positions in all levels of society and fields of human endeavor. So your presidents are compromised, your prime ministers are compromised, your senators are compromised, your governors are compromised, your mayors are compromised, your athletes are compromised, your Hollywood actors and musicians, they're all compromised. They're all here to put on a show. The doctors are compromised. The so-called scientists and experts are all compromised. They all bought into this system. Okay? And that is why those who speak the truth are being greatly persecuted, because there's no space for us here in this world. That's just what it is. That's why the Lord is about to send his son down to destroy this place. It's all coming together. Okay? It says the ordinary members were to be used only for promoting the idea of one world government and one world religion. You hear that? So all you celebrities, you so-called celebrities out there, guess what? You also being deceived. All right? They just using you and giving you small little trinkets and promises of getting to know some type of esoteric wisdom, some type of deep knowledge that nobody else is ever going to get. So you're part of this type of sacred inner society. Oh, you're so enlightened. You're so powerful. Look, you're on TNT talking basketball and you're showing your ring to show the world that you're part of this Masons. Oh, haha. Bro, that's not even that deep. Because guess what? A real Mason does not even show that he's a Mason. So your little punk ass, all right? And we know who I'm talking about, for those who know, all right? They go on TV and they want to persecute anything that stands for any type of righteousness. Why? Because they sold out. And they swore by oath. Okay? They swore by oath. But little did you know that you're going to be destroyed. All right? Let me get that real quick. Let's see. I believe it's in the book of Job. All right, Job. Let's try Job 14. Let's see. Job. I want to try Job 12. No, Job 16. Job 16. Let me see. Yep, there you go. Barak the Yabba Shemel Shai. All right, this is a book of Job, chapter 12, verse 16. It says, with him is strength and wisdom. Okay? With who? With Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So if you need strength and or wisdom, you go to him. All right? You don't go anywhere else. You go to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That's what we've done. That's why we receive the things that we receive. Okay? With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. Okay? So all you so-called celebrities out there who sold out, you know who you are. Okay? That's why you run away from the light. Okay? You run away from the light. Anything that's going to shine, all right, on you to highlight your wickedness, you run from that. You shun that. You demonize that. But ultimately, you're going to be consumed. So you might as well just toughen up and face it. All right? Because you're being exposed. Nobody respects all you celebrities no more. You've lost your what's that word? You know, that mystique. You know, when you see a celebrity, you be like, oh, yo, you know how when we were kids, you know, when you were younger, you see somebody that you see on TV in person, you be like, oh shit, like, oh wow. That feeling is gone. You know, you got people slapping so-called prime ministers in broad daylight like nobody's business. All right. You got regular people who come to these games, all right, seeing these players or whoever in real life, whatever, and they just curse them out. You know what I'm saying? They get super disrespectful, very confrontational. So all that celebrity status is gone. All right. And of course, with social media, everybody could become a so-called celebrity. They call influencers. You know, people just watch you. People follow you. People like you. That makes you somebody. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And reality will show you that very soon. When these trinkets and these fake lifestyles are taken away from you and you have to face the reality, what are you people going to do? Because those people who are about to what? Come down upon you with great wrath. They're the ones who created this atmosphere in which you're living in, called the smart world. And that was all to what? To use against you. So you keep on playing. All right, you keep on playing. But now that you heard, all right, the ultimate plan, all right, of these devils, let's read a little bit about that. Okay, something known as the Great Reset. All right, what is the Great Reset? All right, because we know that there is no new thing under the sun, and all this stuff is to fulfill biblical prophecy. All right, in their ideas to push for this so-called global reset, there'll be Jacob's trouble, there'll be the MOTB, okay, and ultimately World War III, okay, and in the midst of that, deliverance, okay. All these things could happen in a matter of months. All right, in a matter of months, just like that, because it's one after the other, and they're all interconnected. Once this happens, that's going to lead to another thing. Then that, boom, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to happen in rapid fire motion. Okay, the days will be sped up and shortened for the elect's sake. All right. So it says, I'll begin by addressing the elephant in the room. Isn't the Great Reset simply a conspiracy theory, quote unquote, right? Concocted and circulated by, quote, right-wing extremists, end quote. The so-called conspiracy theories run something like this. The Great Reset is a plot hatched by a technocratic global elite to establish a socialist communist new world order. The Great Reset will abolish the property rights of the majority, as well as individual and national sovereignty, and wipe out the last vestiges of personal freedom. It uses C19 and climate change, which will be known as CC from now on, as pretexts to enslave what will remain of humanity. What does it mean by what will remain of humanity? Well, they had it, but they took it down. It's called the Georgia Guidestones. And on the Georgia Guidestones, the first so-called commandment that they have is to what? Is to keep humanity under, all right, or about 500 million, to keep perpetual balance with nature. That's what they said. Okay, so perpetual balance with nature means so-called climate change. Okay, for those who are now waking up to what's going on, we're putting the pieces together. All right, perpetual balance with nature means climate change. Okay, that means that we must depopulate in order to keep perpetual balance with nature. So to save the planet, people gotta go. And don't worry, we'll help you do that. We're going to give you this deadly poison. Here, take it. Okay? And they saying that 2/3 of the global population has already taken part in the circus. Okay? In the clown circus. So, hey, we'll see. It's quite symbolic, but we'll see. Okay? So let's keep going. All right? The real death is coming. All right? And again, this is all biblical prophecy. Okay, it says it uses C19 and climate change as pretext to enslave what will remain of humanity. All right, so after the depopulation, whatever is left will be sea-hipped in their dreams, and then they'll have this dominion forever. It says using never-ending lockdowns. Right? Experimental Vanessas and pervasive and inescapable surveillance. Look at China. Okay, look at New Zealand. All right, and look at soon-to-be Babylon the Great America. All right, it says according to New York Times and the Anti-Defamation League, the Great Reset has no basis in fact, or as the BBC claims, the Great Reset is a benign effort on the part of a, quote, leading thinkers, end quote, to bring about, quote, a fairer, greener future, end quote, based on a reset of capitalism. Meanwhile, time devoted, you see, now, this capitalism here is different. The fourth industrial revolution is different. What they're saying is, all right, in layman's terms is, gone are the days where individual people, regular individuals, right, that make up cities and countries and nations and so on and so forth, the regular everyday person, the working man, all right, Gone are the days where you had power and freedom to do what you wanted to do, because then you were treated by law to be considered as, individuals. But now we're shifting into the fourth industrial revolution, where you don't become individuals who work for yourselves. You become slaves who work for us. You understand? So everything is being shifted into this linear way of living. One way of doing things. One world this, one government this, one religion. Everything is linear and it's all global. Okay? And those who are standing up against this linear way of living, all right, which is all going to be all satanic, because again, this type of living that they're pushing for goes completely against what the scriptures say. Depopulation is the number one thing. That's their first law. And that's the first law that the Lord gave in opposite. He said that what? Overpopulate. He said, be fruitful and multiply. So just keep on popping them out. Keep popping them out. Esau said, no. We got to decrease this. So he's, again, anti-Most High. Makes him who? The devil. Okay? Adversary. He's an adversity. I mean, he's an adversary. Okay? Who will be in adversity soon. Okay? It says, meanwhile, Time devoted an issue to the Great Reset, effectively hailing it as the solution to all our problems post-CV. You hear that? Now here's the key. Here's Adam Weishaupt, aka Klaus Schwab. Klaus Schwab, the founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum. You see, it's funny because Klaus Schwab is a German, so-called German, right? Professor from Germany. Kind of interesting how Adam Weishaupt is also spoken of as a professor from Ingolstadt, Germany. And they seem to have the same pretty much idea of this so-called global takeover. And yeah, let's just leave it at that and keep going. It says, Klaus Schwab, the founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum, suggests that the Great Reset is merely an attempt to address the weaknesses of capitalism exposed by the CV crisis, as well as the looming catastrophes posed by unmitigated climate change, CC, and environmental degradation, ED. No, we're not going to do that. It says, this is what Klaus Schwab and Thierry Malaret suggest in their book, CV19, The Great Reset. See? So they wrote a whole book about this stuff. And people are still walking around like this is never going to happen. Yo, you're going to see 2023 if this is never going to happen or not. All right? They are setting things up. The military is getting ready. Okay? They're getting ready to shut down the electricity. They're getting ready to knock out the food. All right? They're getting ready to invade. And they're getting ready to shut everything down. Okay? That's what's coming. It says, it's what numerous documents on the World Economic Forum website claim. Why then has the Great Reset been constructed as a vast left-wing conspiracy to create a totalitarian one-world government? I don't mean to suggest that the truth lies somewhere between denial and conspiracy. Rather, I want to make clear just what the Great Reset entails according to its architects and subscribers. So he wants to get into the facts, not the so-called conspiracy, but just the facts, which he's going to arrive at the same thing that we've been saying the whole time. What's the difference between the facts and so-called conspiracy theory? Well, conspiracy theory is just a label for a fact or truth. That's it. That's it. Okay? It says, I rely on the claims of Klaus Schwab and his World Economic Forum contributors, the World Economic Forum partnerships, developments in the US and around the world, and on the implications that can be reasonably drawn from proposals and their implementation. In the process, I also mean to show how the Great Reset idea generates conspiracy theories as if spontaneously. Okay? Conspiracy theories is quote. Okay? So now you're starting to see that people are starting to put two and two together. All right? Conspiracy theory has become put in quotes because they're like, yo, listen, these things become kind of, they keep coming to pass, so we don't know now. you know? So, let's see. All right, it says here, and this is a whole lot. There's a whole lot. He's going into way too many details. I think this video might be put someplace else because they might take it down if I put it up on YouTube. I might give it a try and see. Just probably title it something to throw off the algorithm, but I'll definitely have it up on Odyssey or BitChute because yeah, they're not gonna let this fly. Which is fine. That's okay. You know, I'm hoping they see it because we're gonna keep cooking them. I'm trying to find. Hold on a second. Okay, right here it says, before grappling with the main components of the Great Reset, a history of the idea and its development is in order. Although its philosophical roots may go much deeper, yeah, we just went into it, Adam Weishaupt, the Great Reset can be traced to the inception of the World Economic Forum. It goes way before that, bro. Founded as the European Management Forum in 1971, well, pushed back 1776. It says, in the same year, Klaus Schwab, an engineer and economist by training, published his first book, and he was trained by Henry Kissinger. Okay, it says Modern Enterprise Management in Mechanical Engineering, written in his native German. Ooh, German, like we said earlier. All right, it says here Schwab first introduced what he would later call stakeholder capitalism, arguing, as the World Economic Forum website notes, quote, that the management of a modern enterprise must serve not only shareholders but all stakeholders to achieve long-term growth and prosperity. You hear that? They want to live forever. Quote, end quote. It says, Schwab and World Economic Forum have promoted the multi-stakeholder concept ever since. The World Economic Forum is the source for the stakeholder and public-private partnership rhetoric and policies embraced by governments. That means that people will be affected by this. Okay? Embraced by governments. So your governments are embracing all this draconian stuff that's about to start happening to the people very soon, all around the world. Okay, that's part of them coming upon the earth having great wrath. All right, because they know that they have but a short time to fulfill this agenda. Okay, with the Israelites waking up, all right, with the prophecies coming closer and closer to the end. Hey, the serpent is about to go crazy. Ultimately, the dragon. All right, it says corporations and non-governmental organizations, which are NGOs, civil society organizations, and international governance bodies worldwide. Public-private partnerships have played a key role in the response to the CV crisis and are instrumental in the response to the supported climate change crisis. You hear that? So, in other words, get ready for some shit. Okay, 2023, get ready. All right, get ready, man, because they about to put the pedal to the metal. Okay, and they have to. They have to, man. Okay, they have to. All right, so let's see. Let me see. Let me get this. Let's go back to the book of. Let's jump into the book of 2 Thessalonians real fast. But before we do that, okay, let's get this in the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 23. It says. Let's start off at 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And that's what you're starting to see right now. Okay. They're starting to set up this infiltrated government scheme. And the people are not having it. All right. The latest one that I saw was in Peru. Okay. Peru. All right. Jake over there is like, yo, we're not having this, man. We want our president back. You're not about to come in here and start with this BS. Where you beat us down and then you put your own puppet government in there and then you label us as terrorists and then you make the world think that we crazy and then they support you bringing in guns and blazing us up and shit. Nah, F that. Them days are over. Okay, so now they getting the upper hand. They fighting back against these governments, man. Okay, and those are the word wicked is going into the laborers. Okay, the everyday so-called working class. All right, people who make the economy run. It's not these elites that do that shit. They enjoy from the people working for them. All right, that's why they want to have a so-called global economy because it's going to work for them. All right, it says, verse 23, when he's about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. And that's talking about what? The nuclear destruction All right, that's going to fall upon Esau and destroy all his enterprise. Okay, his so-called annuit coeptus. Okay, his so-called novus ordo seclorum. Okay. Verse 24 says, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. Why? Because he is Esau Edom, and that is the judgment set for the nation of Esau Edom. Okay. For what? For many different things. Number one being what? Blasphemy. All right. And rebellion against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And also what? Second thing is what? By attacking the Most High's chosen people, the Israelites. Okay. There's a book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Okay, and that day is talking about who? The day of the Lord. Okay, the day of the Lord, all right, that's fast approaching. Okay, will not come except there come a falling away first, and that falling away first has happened. Okay, but now we're being brought back. Okay, Amos 9:11. Okay, starting with the house of David, which are the elect. Okay, that's who that's who Yahweh Shai is coming back to pick up anyway. All right, it says, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So guess what? There's a time set. All right, many different prophets were crying and asking the Lord, Lord, when? But there had to be a time. All right, for Esau to fulfill, all right, his lot. Okay, and now he's being revealed because his time is up. Okay, his time is up, man. It is what it is. All right, for what? For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. Okay, so it's a wrap, man. It's a wrap. It's over with. There's nothing you can do. Okay, there's nothing you niggas can do, man. All right. Continuing, and you know what, man? Look, it's biblical prophecy. You know, you got a lot of people who watch our videos and they get all emotional. Don't get emotional. Be excited. Be happy that at least there are people on earth who warned you of what's to come. You know, be grateful that you're hearing this information. I know I would if I didn't know these things. You know, any serious-minded person with the things that we say, you should take it seriously. This is life and death. You know, people are going to be in concentration camps very soon. It's not a joke. People are going to be getting beat up in the streets very soon. You're going to be homeless very soon. You're going to have food very soon, man. And we keep saying very soon, hey, soon it's coming, it's coming. That's what it means to prophesy. Okay? So you should be thanking the Lord every day. Damn, at least all hell ain't break loose yet. One more day for me to get my stuff together so when that day comes, I'll be prepared. Isaiah 33:6. Okay? Because when that day comes, there'll be no mercy. That's why the Lord is holding things back now. Get all your last minute things in, because when it's all said and done and the doors of mercy are closed, yo, oh man, wow. That's why it says what it says, a time like never before. You know? Wow. Second Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 24. Salaki. Getting way too excited here. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 4. Continuing, it says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High. Okay, all that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, shewing himself that he is the Most High. And how is he going to do that? By creating a one world religion. Okay, having that one world order. Everyone is going to have to bow down and worship this one system. Okay, and it's going to be basically a God, all right, meaning a power that will be worshipped on the earth. Okay, it's going to be what? Omnipresent. Okay, with surveillance. Okay, the panopticon, if you will. Okay, pan meaning all, and opticon going into optics meaning see, all seeing. Okay, with their surveillance. All right, so it's going to give them all the power, man. Everywhere you go, all right, there'll be no more privacy. Forget about that, because guess what? Once they're inside of your body, what more? How deep can you go with privacy? I mean, they want to put brain implants. They want to put implants in your brain. They want to know exactly what you're thinking. How much more privacy can you get? Once they're already in your brain, they know what you're thinking. I mean, damn. What else are they looking for? Your spirit? You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo. But that's Esau for you. That's a so-called white man for you. Okay, that's the devil for you. All right. See, we're presenting you with the truth, with the facts. So if you can't see it, then you know it's a spiritual thing, because there's no way anyone can't put these dots together. It's so easy. You can see it. You know, but again, it shows you the power of Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushua, that you can have all this information out there and people still can't see it. That's crazy. Okay, it's insane. It's like, how do you miss this? Oh man. All right, verse 5, it says, "Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things? And now you know that you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time." Okay, why are that these things that we've talked about not happening yet? Because now is a time for those things to happen, because he's being revealed now. All right, it wasn't time for them to be revealed back in the Roman Empire. That's why nobody knew, all right, that the Edomites back there were actually the devils. Okay, that they were the wicked. All right, you know what I'm saying? But now it's public knowledge. Okay, that they're the Edomites. All right, that's the public knowledge we're talking about. All right, and we're the Israelites. All right, that's it. Point blank. Period. Okay, because we're fulfilling prophecies of who the Edomites will be and who the Israelites will be. Okay, they're at the end of the world, and we're at the beginning of it that followeth. That's what we proclaiming. All right, that's what we proclaiming. They proclaiming the end of the world. They're saying that all these things that you've seen is over. We're about to start a new way. We're saying, the new way is us. So then there comes the clash, and then Yahushua comes down with the angels and puts them in their place, right, in slavery. Okay, so continuing, verse 7, it says, "For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he now who letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way." Okay, so this thing has been going on all the way back, like I said, during the time of Babel. Okay, and they've been planning, plotting, and scheming. All right, 1776. All right, shit, even going all the way back to Antiochus Epiphanes. Okay, even prior to his time, what's this guy? Alexander the Great. Okay, pushing for something known as Pan-Hellenism. All right, so they've always had this ideology of having this global takeover where everybody goes under one law, and it's all, you know, pushed by, you know, satanic vibrations. Okay, definitely not of the Most High. All right, why? Because they're not Israelites. Okay, they're not Israelites. All right, because when Israel starts to rule, we're going to be ruling in righteous order underneath the laws of Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushua. Not no Georgia Guidestones BS. All right, not no World Economic Forum Great Reset BS. Okay, because that's all vain things. Okay, they imagine a vain thing. All right, it says for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he now who letteth will let, and Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushua is the one who's letting them proceed, because there's an appointed time that they're going to be taken down. Okay, they're going to be taken down. There's nothing they can do about it. When that time comes, they will be taken down. Period. All right. It says until he be taken out of the way. You see, that's prophecy, man. And Harari, Noah, Uvalde, you're not going to escape the judgment. Bill Gates, you're not going to escape the judgment. Klaus Schwab, you're not going to escape the judgment. Jacob Rothschild, you're not going to escape the judgment. Elon Musk, you're not going to escape the judgment. All you devils, you're not going to escape the judgment. Okay? If you're an Edomite, you're going into slavery. You're not going to escape the judgment. Okay? Thus saith Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushua. It says, "And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming." And the spirit of his mouth is who? The prophets. Okay? That is why all this stuff that you're seeing around the world going on is because the prophets have spoken about these things. We've revealed these things to the world. Okay? Going into what the scriptures say. All right? "Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders." That is why they pushing Balenciaga. All right? They pushing this Baphomet spirit, so-called after satanic after-school programs. Okay? They're pushing this trans so-called whatever on these children. Okay, now they're pushing for what is called the human extinction movement. Let's check that out. Human extinction movement. So they're pushing for this movement that it's the best thing for the planet if people just die off, you know, don't have children and just die off. We could save the planet that way, you know? What do you think? Right? So this is what their plan is. This is what they're planning to do. So you might want to be aware of these things and prepare. And the only way you can prepare is being spiritual. Okay? Because they coming in on some type of spiritual thing that, look, if you're not spiritually strong, you're going to break. The only thing that's going to carry you through, all right, is a strong spirit. Okay? A strong spirit, a strong will to live. All right? To keep going to the end. That's the only way. Okay? And the only thing that's going to keep us going, like I said, is the spirit. The spirit of who? The spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay? And those who don't have that spirit, they're not going to make it. Point blank period. All right? Point blank period, man. All right? Verse 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish. All right? The past 2 years has been filled with deceit. And those who fell for the deception have either perished or are about to perish. And we're going to see it. Okay? And the biggest perish will be when the missiles drop on those who get deceived into receiving the MOTB, which is the last temptation. Okay, it says, because they received not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Okay, it says, and for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believed not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. Okay, so there's a huge judgment coming for those who go along with this programming that's going on, with this satanic agenda that's being pushed upon the face of the earth in order to what? To break down morality, all right, in order for them to accept this satanic New World Order, all right, the beast system, okay, the beast system, all right, and it comes with that MOTB, the mark of the beast, all right. So I'm going to leave it off there low when you've been edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, L'cha Kodash, the Wadi Ha, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and until next time, Shalom.